Good morning and welcome to the Closers Cafe Wednesday morning, November 5th. Let me just knock out a couple of things here. All right, getting the live stream going. Running way behind this morning, but with good reason. I'll explain why in a minute. And this morning, I'm going to work on selling a vacant 4-unit multifamily property in the Philadelphia area. And I'm going to do a little experiment. I'm going to approach this a little bit differently than how I've been approaching the work that I'm going to do the last few weeks, to be honest, just as an experiment. And I'll share exactly what I am doing and how I am doing that while I am getting the last couple pieces here set up and rolling for the live stream. Do me a huge favor and drop a comment with a win from the last 24 hours and what one thing you're committed to today to grow your business. I'll share 2 wins for me and then my bit of action that we're going to work on doing here together that I'll document as I go. 2 wins. Number 1, had a settlement yesterday at 1 o'clock. It was great, fast, simple, straightforward. And number 2, I'm going to share 3 actually. Number 2, an accepted offer on one of my listings. It's a short sale, so now we got to get to the negotiation part of the process. But I'm confident we're going to get that to the finish line. It just may take a little while. And then number 3, appointments already scheduled for tomorrow afternoon from a conversation, a client that I've been working with over the past few weeks to see 2 properties. So I feel like I've already kind of won the day, but I'm not going to rest on my laurels. I'm gonna dig in and we're gonna do a whole bunch more at 11 a.m. It's Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern. This Wednesday, every Wednesday, except for holiday weeks and stuff like that, we do a Zoom mastermind. I have a special guest coming on to share a tool that will help more of potential buyers you're working with who may just not quite be ready to get pre-approved, to help them get loan ready. And then I'm going to share what's working now and kind of just an AMA. So that's going to be a short portion of the mastermind. And then we're just going to do like an interactive ask me anything. You can share what's working, etc. So that should be fun. If you need the link to that, DM me or text me at my number on the screen here, 717-571-0456. Here's what we're going to do today. Oh, and my action for today, here's what we're going to do. This is the experiment. What I've been doing on these sessions is a lot of the time finding the active investor buyers, whether they be cash buyers, multifamily investors, the landlords, right? Maybe single family, small multi, and even some vacant land investors and buyers. And typically what I do is I'll call, text, and email. That is what I would recommend if you've got a small data set, a small number of potential investors that you're reaching out to. But today, I'm going to take a little different approach and I'm going to do a little experiment because I've got a property that is, when I pulled the list, there's a lot of investors. And what I'm going to experiment with today, this is my action for today, is I'm going to text and or email 100 potential investor buyers for this vacant 4-unit in Philadelphia. I don't know how many I'll get through here during the live stream. We'll find out together. And then what I want to do is document and compare those results versus a smaller data set where I'm doing the call, text, and email, sort of three touch. I'm going to do 2 touch here. I already pulled my list. I used leaddeck.ai. You can create your free account and get 100 free leads. I already pulled my list earlier. And I'll show you. I'm going to log in. I'll show you that list. I got to do the different view here. I'm also going to give you the exact script that I'm going to use. I mean, obviously, I'm going to show that as we go. And if you haven't used leaddeck.ai before, it's super easy and fast. You can use it to find the buyers in your market or the sellers that you may want to be playing off-market matchmaker with. I think the best place to start, and this is outlined in great detail in the replay of the off-market mastermind master class that I hosted recently, and you can check out the replay for free in our Skool community. The link to the Skool community is in the description. Join the community, go to Classroom, scroll to the bottom. It's right there for you. Step one is to find a deal. Yesterday, I had a special guest on, Hank, and we were doing outreach. We were reaching out to active investor buyers around an improved short sale, right? We need a deal to use as bait to then reach out. Step three in that process is once you have the conversations with the investors, one of two things will happen. They'll either be interested in that deal or they give you their buy box, what they're looking for, and you can go find it for them, either on market or off market. Okay. So very easy to create a new buyer target. You can search by county, city, or zip code. This morning, I did zip code. So all I did this morning was I went zip code. I put in the zip code of where the 4 unit is. I switched to multifamily investors. I checked the lead count, 128. Now, I need to get with Sean because what happened here was it started at 128. Then it said 113 when I ran it. And then when it's showing up here in my deal deck, it's showing up as 86. Regardless, it's a lot. So instead of me calling, texting, and emailing, I'm going to plow through texting and emailing as many of these as I possibly can. And we'll see how many I can get through here in, it's 9:19 a.m. Eastern as we start this process. We'll see how many I can get through while live here. Okay. And I'm going to do this in my personal Gmail and on my personal cell phone. Now, we are working on ways that you can do create integrations where we can add some automation to this. But in particular, when doing outreach to active investor buyers, I think this is the best approach, is the one-to-one on your cell phone to make it happen. Okay. So we're going to go here. I'm going to copy this cell phone. I could also do it on my messages app on my laptop, but I'm going to do it directly on my phone. Actually, what I could do, I don't know why I didn't think of this. This is dumb. I'm a knucklehead. I'm going to bring this up on my phone. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to log into Lead Deck on my phone. I don't know which account I'm logged into right now. I'm going to log into Lead Deck on my phone. Okay, it's my Josh Schoenly one. So I need to log out of, let me see here. This will make it even easier for me to do this kind of 1-2 punch. This 1-2 punch. All right, I got to log out of that one. I got to get into my right account on my phone. I have a couple different accounts because, I'm playing around, testing, demonstrating how to create a free account, etc. Okay. So I'm logged into my phone now. I'm logged in on my phone, and I'm going to go to deal batches. For some reason it says deal deck there, deal batches there, whatever. I'm going to click on view details, and I'm going to text. And I need to get with Sean because the integration isn't working quite right. So I'm going to say, hey, okay, hold on. I'm going to open this up here. Here we go. Okay, and I'm going to kind of do it in tandem. And we're starting at 9:22. I'm curious how many I can get through while also documenting. Hey, Roselia, this is Josh with EXP Realty. Looks like you are a pretty active investor in the 19140 zip code. We have a deal with a very motivated seller it's a 4-unit that's completely vacant. Is that something you might be interested in, parentheses, or know anyone who might be? If you wouldn't mind, please let me know either way. Okay. Now, actually, I'm going to get rid of the let me know either way. I'm just going to leave it be the question. Okay. So now I have my script. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to send it. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it in my notes. Also, if you want that verbatim script and the email that I'm about to use, which will be almost identical as well, just DM me or text me. I'll put this in a little Google Doc that you can, that you don't have to type it out yourself and do that on your own. So I've got that, and I've got 2 phone numbers. So I'm going to send to both of those phone numbers. And I'm going to send the email. Whoops. I'm going to send the email as well. And the first one is the hardest. 0 to 1 with anything is the hardest, always. For Roselia, vacant 4-unit in 19140. Very motivated seller. Morning, Roselia. Looks like you're an active investor in the 19140 zip code. We have a vacant 4-unit with we have a vacant 4-unit with a very motivated seller available right now. Is that something you might be interested in, or maybe know anyone who would be? Thanks, Josh. Okay. Now I have my scripts, and now I can get to getting here. That took me about 3 minutes to get the verbiage and the scripting locked in. So let's go and rock and roll now. So I'm going to go to number 2. So we've got one down. One down. All right. I got a blue text here. So that's good. Copy and paste. Boom. Boom. Go here. Go here. This looks like a good email. We'll see. And it's probably going to take me a minute. Maybe I can get to be a little bit more efficient than a minute. We'll see. And I wonder how long it will take me to plow through these until I get one that responds. So I'm going to go, since I'm in here, I'm going to kind of alternate back and forth between doing the email first and doing the text message first. Let me know a couple of things that I'll highlight here as we are going along. Please share your win from yesterday as well as your action that you're committing to today to grow your business, to make progress on the goals that you are working towards right now. And also, if you want the scripts that I'm using, please DM me or text me, and I'll get you a doc once I have them all compiled. So I'm just going through here. That's a blue text, so that's good. And then, I don't know here. There's two different names on this one and two different cell phones, so I'm just going to take a stab and guess who I'm messaging. So I'm on number 4 now. I'm now on number 4 here. So it's literally just, I'm just plowing away, right? I'm figuring out what works so that I can figure out, does it make sense to scale this, or does it make sense for me to then hire someone to do this, what I would call kind of like the grind. I mean, this is what it is. These are all landlines. So unfortunately, I don't know that I can reach out to him, but I might as well. Why is it telling me I have insufficient credits? I just bought a bunch of them. Scheduled rather purchase credits to resume. I'll have to get with Sean on that as well, because I tried to purchase some credits. So never mind. We're going to keep moving along. No email, but I do have a phone number for Terrence. So this is number 5 that I'm on so far. Numero 50. Whoops. Copy. Terrence. Boom. Boom. Next. Number 6. It looks like I've got phone number and email. I don't know about this email, but we'll give it a try. Whoops. For Angel. Shoot that. Copy the text back to leaddeck.ai. Find Angel. And just working through this here. There's several numbers for this one, and I'm going to hit them all. You just never know. I'm realizing as I'm doing this experiment is incredibly boring for everyone. But it's literally how I think about marketing and so forth, and trying new things and trying different variations. The only way to really know what will work and work best, and when you're testing new things, is just large numbers. I think so often and I certainly fall into this trap often as well myself, is we make assumptions based upon small data sets, and that is a trap. I mean, we can often make these decisions about whether or not something is working or would work or does work based upon such small information, or such small um, data, so few actions that we're really making false assumptions, or false we're deciding whether or not something works without ever really giving it a chance. And so my goal with 100 here is, if I do 100 of these like this, I can say with a fair amount of confidence whether or not it is worthwhile to do this, A, the way I'm doing it, or B, can I find a more effective or efficient way to do this work? And I mean, we'll see. But the only way to know that is to do enough of it to even get the feedback loop to be significant enough to be relevant. Okay, so I have no emails for this one. So I'm going to go back here. I'm actually somewhat surprised I haven't gotten any replies yet, but that's why this is a test. So no email for that one. Got a couple of emails for this one. I mean, I started, like, I'm literally 13 minutes in, and this already feels like, so mundane and monotonous, and yet I'm 13 minutes in, like, not that long. And the first 3 or 4 minutes I was figuring out what I was going to say, like, all of those are landlines, so I'm just going to keep moving along here. Juno, yeah, that one's definitely the only one that has a chance of being the right one. You can kind of eyeball on the emails to know which are the most likely to be good ones and which ones are clearly not. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm doing this morning, this afternoon, after our mastermind. I'll probably flip back to making the calls on a different property, and just seeing where is my work more efficiently and effectively um, pointed to. Okay, so we'll go to the next one here, and for efficiency, I'm alternating between sending the texts and the emails, because I can kind of I can be more efficient with the copy and paste of that. Whoops, what is this? Wow. Okay. Okay, got that. Is there emails? There are emails for this one. So, and sometimes you have to do the grinding work like this, even to figure out, like, is this worth it for for any type of results. Like, is this at all worth it? You know, I'm going to do all of these because I can't tell in this case which one is most likely to be the right one. Got that one, got that one, got that one. Here we go. So here's what I'm going to do. This one looks like I got a couple different possible hits here. And I'm going to say for Fernando / Patricia. Copy that, paste, send that to go to my phone. 9:39. I mean, I'm making decent time here. Decent time. And I mean, here's the risk reward of this. I mean, I guess it's not risk reward necessarily, but you know, this is a $300,000 or $350,000 property. Like, be a nice payday, if you know what I mean. This one has 3 mobile phones that are possible numbers. I'm just sending to them all, and they were all blue text. So, yippee-yi-yi-yay. Go to the next one. If you just hopped on, welcome, A. And B, you should go and create your free account with Lead Deck and get your free credits. And then you can follow along. You can even use this script. Find a deal. Find a multifamily deal that might make sense for an investor, and just start doing outreach. These people, in my experience, they want to talk to you. They're, investors are, they're in the market almost at all time. If you got a deal, the important thing is making sure you've got something that is potentially a worthy deal. We're making progress. Working my way down the list here. Just making sure I'm not missing any responses yet. I am not as of yet. Let's see here. And there's a couple more mobile numbers here. Sending that. Who's this? Okay. Let's go to the next one on my phone, and then we'll go back to the laptop to do the email. Okay. Ahmed. One phone number. And a couple of potential emails on this one. I'll give them a whirl, but they don't look like they have a high likelihood of being the right one. But you never know. You never know, right? You never know. It just takes one. Moving along. Moving along. Okay. Huh. I wonder. 64. Oh, wait. That's clearly not a good email. There we go. And I'll throw this one too. This one might be. I mean, this has to be just exhilarating to watch me work through this. Oh man, I guess this, all of, this live stream, for example, is a test. Everything in marketing and content is a test. This test is probably, from a content perspective, is probably failing miserably, if I'm being honest. But I was going to do the work anyway, and so might as well just document the process along the way. And I don't know how many in I am right now, but let's see here. Landline. All of these are landlines and no email address. Well, that's weird. Okay. That's rare, but it does happen. So it was all landline numbers and no email. And this one. Whoop. How did that happen? I'm just copying. Oh, that's why. Copying that. Let's see here. Boom, boom. Here we go. Well, here's what I mean. Again, this is why all of this is a test. What I am shocked by thus far, and what tells me that maybe the process I've been following is the right one, is the fact that I haven't gotten any responses right now. Usually, when I text, I get responses pretty quickly. In fact, I did cold outreach yesterday to I was playing off-market matchmaker for a multifamily buyer. I actually reached out to him on one of these live streams a few weeks ago about an off-market ranch house in a specific area, and I was seeing if he was interested. And from that, he let me know that one, that he wasn't really interested in that. What he's really looking for is multifamily properties. And he gave me his buy box. I want these 3 cities, and I'm looking for multifamily. Here's another one that's just all landlines, no email. So, yeah, well, we'll just keep moving along here. For some reason, the enriched isn't working for me. It's saying I have to take care of something in there credit-wise. Okay, I've got 3 emails for this one. Anyway, he gave me his buy box. And so yesterday, in the morning, I built out a targeted list of his exact buy box. and I started doing some cold outreach by text and email, and I got 3 replies. 2 of them were kind of just definitely just tire kickers, but one, a 10 unit, I had a great conversation with yesterday later in the afternoon. He gave me some of the initial details, and he was going to get back to me after he crunched some numbers last night on how much he'd be looking to get for it, and he needed to confirm some details on the property as well. So cold outreach certainly can and does work. And in fact, oh man, almost half of the transactions, I can't even, I should go and figure out how many or settlements I've had in the last 45 to 60 days. But I would say a significant number of them were from cold outreach, either to buyers like what we're doing today, or to potentially motivated sellers, which you can pull those data sets both with leaddeck.ai. So I don't have any good phone numbers for Philip here, but I can send that out. We are working our way down the list here. Working our way down. Let me just make sure. There was no cell phones there, I don't think. No. Okay. Got that one. Did I get the Civ? Yeah, that was one. Hunting Park 199. What is that? That must be an entity name. Park Hunting. Whoop. Zoomed into the box there. There is a text. So I'm going to send a text. I just won't address it to a person because I don't know what the actual name of the potential recipient would be. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just getting rid of the hey first name. Send that out. And then let's go to the next one on here. Making progress. I'm not going to get 100 while live here, that's for sure. But okay, this one doesn't have any emails. I'm sorry, any phone numbers on the email is definitely no good. Let's see here. Here's one with a mobile. What'll be interesting to see, and for me to document, which is another reason why I wanted to test this, is how many, over a 24-hour window, how many actually get back to me and express interest in some way, shape, or form. And all I am just doing is going along here with all of these landline. Okay, this one does have. Okay, and this one is a good email. I'm pretty confident. So, and all of these things are just kind of planting seeds. They're planting seeds. Let's go here. This one looks like, actually, there's 2 possible emails that logically make sense based upon the name on the record here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back here. I don't know if there were any comments or if anybody is watching this right now, if I'm being honest, because I haven't looked in a while, in part because I'm scared of what I might see, because this is just not all that interesting. I mean, if you're watching this, I mean, it is what this business, it's how you figure stuff out. And I think my time is way better spent doing this for an hour than making some kind of potentially viral nonsense video. That much I'm very confident of in my own personal experience anyway. This one had, I think, 2 potential mobile numbers for me to reach out to. I need to figure out with Sean if we can make it so that after we and maybe he has it set that after I look at a contact or a card in the deck, it moves it down to the bottom so we're not scrolling every time. That's the other reason so a whole bunch of reasons why I'm doing this. But another reason is to actually use this to figure out where else we need to make improvements to the tool. It has already created opportunities for me that I wouldn't have had otherwise, but we still have loads of room for improvement with the tool and the app. Message blocking is active. Interesting. Okay, somebody's blocking messages. Okay, so I'm going to go to this one. And I'm going to include all of these in here. Whoops. Why does it do that sometimes? Paste it in the wrong spot. Okay. Let's go to the next one on the list here. Miguel. These emails do not match up with the name, so I'm not even going to bother with the emails on this one. I'm going to go right to the text messages because it just doesn't seem like that is right. The names just don't match at all, not even remotely. Okay. I got one green and one blue. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to do this for a few more minutes, I think, and then take note of how much we got through. And I'm going to keep doing it, but probably just finish the work and report back the results. Jeez, hold on. Keeps making me misspell the guy's name, assuming it knew how to spell. Boom. Perfect. It's Khalif. This might be a good email for him. It's got a picture. Oh, it might be right. You know what? I'm just going to go with the first one because that seems like it is right. Let's go here. Where are we at on the list? We're at Yalitza. Yalitza. This looks like a good email for Yalitza. Whoops. Here we go. I think it's way more interesting content if I call, because at least I'm getting voicemails and then I'm talking to text and stuff like that. But whatever, like I said, you kind of got to figure it out as we go here and test new stuff and different ways of doing this. Let's see here. Where is Yalitza? Where is her contact card, her deck? There we go. Now, what would be interesting, maybe I reverse it. Maybe what I will do is this afternoon, I will call all the ones that I texted because they will now have my information. And when I call them, it will say likely so-and-so. And maybe that increases the pickup rate and the potential to have a conversation with somebody that, could be looking for a good deal. That's, I think, I may have to pivot to that depending on the amount of response we get or don't get from this work here. Okay. That one was blocked. Where's Julio? Okay. I don't know for sure that this is right, but we'll give it a try. Whoops. Here's the nice thing about this versus traditional sort of cold outreach. One relationship from this work could turn into multiple transactions this year, next year, the year, like it could be repeat just from one of these conversations and connections. Whereas in traditional retail real estate, I mean, maybe, if I mean, your best clients might refer you 1 to 2 other opportunities per year, but they're going to transact, once every 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 years. So let's see here. Go. All right. So it's 10:01. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break from doing that and figure out where I am on the list here. How many have we reached out to? So I'm just going to count them up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So like 40-ish. I've sent at least 40 text messages. And then if I follow those up with phone calls this afternoon, I think my hit rate is going to be, drastically improved. And I'm going to work my way down through the rest of this list, but not here live because I need a snack, number one. And I also need to regroup prior to our Wednesday mastermind session, which is at 11 a.m. Eastern. And if you need the link or want the link to join us live in the Zoom room, just go ahead and DM me or text me at 717-571-0456, 717-571-0456. or DM me. I think if you go to growwithjosh.com/mm, growwithjosh.com/mm, you can find it there as well. David, I appreciate the kind words and you showing up here each and every day. Certainly, it's always good to see you on here. So I'm going to keep plowing away at this. But for now, we're going to cut the live stream here and hope you all can make it at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll be back tomorrow morning as well. Maybe I'll do something a little bit more interesting for your viewing pleasure and listening pleasure. But I mean, the work is the work, right? The work needs doing. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Make it a great day and hope to see you on our mastermind at 11 a.m.